Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Tuesday. It is bright and shiny in New York and in our hearts as well because we just premiered our groundbreaking, historic interview with Dr. Deborah Birx, a doctor on the White House task force for coronavirus. She's an amazing, inspiring woman.
She is so amazing. She was so wonderful to talk to, so lovely, so informed, so smart. And you know what? Most important, so calm. Like in this time of panic, I feel like it's so important to have leaders who are just being calm and not making you panic.
And instilling calm in other people.
Yes.
And we actually got to Skype with her, and before we started the interview, we had a 3-minute chat.
Yeah.
And it was just a couple girlies talking about life, you know?
She loved our scarves. If you haven't watched it yet, head over to our YouTube channel after the show and watch the interview.
We did a pre-recorded YouTube premiere, which was an inspired decision by you.
Thank you. Well, we've never done a satellite interview before because we've never deemed anyone important enough to make that work.
Nobody is.
And it worked. I love when technology works in our favor.
No, it never works in our favor. And I was 100% sure that between the Skype, us, them, there would be some sort of
one hiccup.
And there was one small hiccup before we started with my stupid fucking AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
But besides that, of course, White House technology is fabulous, and it was so fabulous.
You know what's so funny? Zach always makes fun of me for the way that I wear my AirPods because I wear them out instead of down.
The only thing I looked at during the interview was your fucking AirPod dangling out of your ear.
So he was watching it this morning before I left, and he was like, "Your fucking AirPod."
Yeah. I was like, why can you not see mine but hers? And I was like, maybe my hair is covering mine. But no, yours was literally sticking out like an alien antenna.
Yeah, I just wear them weird, and then I never know what I look like wearing them because I'm just not wearing them in front of a mirror. And so it was the first time that I realized oh damn, I do look pretty stupid with the way that I wear them.
Okay, well, it doesn't mean you're usually not on camera while wearing AirPods.
Yeah, but also it was just I had a little thing in my ear.
No, it was an iconic moment and really a very informative interview. I feel like I learned a lot more, and Ben was asking me so many questions as always about coronavirus, and I actually had proof. I'm like, well, Dr. Birx said this.
Oh,
so
right.
If you watch the interview, I think you guys will really like it. You know, we had a little bit of fun, but for the most part, it was very serious and really helpful. We tried to get as many of your questions from Instagram to the doctor because we were just telling her everyone needs help, they need guidance. There's so much misinformation being spread, and you're the only person with real answers. So we're just going to rattle off questions, Dr. Birx. Is that okay? And she said, yeah.
She said, yeah, and it was so fabulous. A couple of fabulous queens just chatting.
Do you know how relieved I am that it's over?
Yes, because I feel the same.
We had been reached out to by the White House task force on Thursday. So we had been, or maybe Wednesday actually. So we had been, trying to figure this out. This was before, Governor Cuomo put the mandatory rules in place of having to stay home. So we had another studio set up that could Skype for us, and then we had to do it ourselves. We were freaking out. And then, her schedule is so crazy. She had to change the time. There's
press conferences here, there, and we were just bobbing.
I'm so glad it's over, and I'm so glad that it went well. I'm so glad we have that under our belts, and I'm really glad that the Toasters now can hear from a professional.
From a medical expert who isn't Dr. Theodore Fichemin.
Yeah, because, he's a little biased. And actually, breaking news, Dr. Theodore Fichemin has fallen ill, and I'm, devastated about it, and I need to run home after the show. He threw up in the middle of the night, and if you've ever heard a dog throw up, they make these horrible sounds before. It's
That's so sad.
Literally sounds like a submarine, underwater. And it was so sad. Obviously, I didn't get out of bed. Ben did. And because Theo's always doing weird things in the middle of the night. And then he got up this morning. And usually, if one of us moves at 7 a.m., Theo's like, I'm ready for breakfast. I'm ready for the day.
Yeah.
And
he's in your face
9 o'clock, he was still sleeping. And that's a bad sign, when a dog is feeling lethargic. So I've spoken to Theo's vet, Dr. Lisa. Literally, I text her all the time. She wants to kill me. She said she's not super worried. He might just he might have eaten something weird. If he throws up again, if he can't keep down his breakfast from this morning, I'll keep everyone updated because I know you're just waiting with bated breath.
The doctor needs a doctor.
Yeah.
Or do you think maybe it made him so sick to his stomach that we got a second opinion? Have you watched Curb yet?
I did.
So now do you get it?
Yes. I was shook that when you told me about the episode, you didn't mention the incredible appearance by Chaz Bono.
I tried not to spoil anything.
So I was watching it, and I'm like, who is that? And I couldn't figure out who the character was because there's so much weird stuff going on with the Funkhauser family.
They're just throwing in Funkhausers left and right.
Marty Funkhauser died, and they didn't address it. And then what's his name?
Vince
Vaughn comes in as another Funkhauser. Yeah. And then the daughter transitioned, and we never met the daughter after she transitioned. So I'm just so confused by the Funkhausers. And I'm like, who is this person? And then I realized it was Chaz Bono. And then I realized it was Joey
Funkhauser. How good of an episode was it?
It was really good. It was making me sad. I feel like it definitely is not the series ending.
It is. I just saw it on Hollywood Reporter.
It is?
Yeah, and they think it was an ominous nod to the pandemic. Maybe because the Purell bottles were a flammable source.
No, but it definitely was a really brilliant, like comedic full circle moment. Like everything came back. Like the Purell, the tables bolted, the toilets, like it all came down.
And then also Mocha Joe and the assistant
Alice
having a spite house.
Yeah. But my favorite part was like the Today Show clip of like all these celebrities now starting to make their own spite stores. And when he went to the jeweler, LK went out of business and there was MK and it was Mila Kunis. It was so funny.
It was so funny. Wow. I'm just like still upset about Dr. Ficham. His presence has really been missed on this show.
I know.
Do you think maybe he's sick because he's just like getting cabin fever? Maybe he needs to like switch it up and spend time at his auntie's?
No, I don't think that's it at all. I think he's very happy where he is.
His aunties.
No.
Why? Auntie has a Peloton.
Jackie got her Peloton. She's so annoying.
I can't believe I got a Peloton. I dreamed up this idea on Friday that if I had a Peloton, like maybe I wouldn't become like just a large, lazy oaf during quarantine. And then I was able to get an earlier delivery time. I guess someone canceled. Thank you to that person so much. Like you've made my dreams come true at the Grand Prospect Hall. And my Peloton was delivered yesterday. They do a really good job of like making it very sanitary.
Right.
They're very on top of it, and they are still delivering.
I'm right on top of that, Rose.
And I got my Peloton, and then I got on my Peloton to do a class.
Was the seat comfortable?
The seat was comfortable. I mean, it's comfortable as a spin bike gets, but the bike is kind of different than SoulCycle, and it really was an adjustment. And like trying to like create the vibe of SoulCycle like in my house was kind of weird.
You need to get like a smoke fog machine and like mirrors.
Yeah, because like when I was dreaming of Peloton, I was like, I'm gonna have Musical Monday in my house anytime I want it.
You need also, then you should sell Pelotons with VR glasses, so like you can look like you're in a studio.
Oh, that's true, but there is a huge monitor.
Yeah.
And the instructor is in a studio, so like it's studio vibes. But I wound up doing 2 classes. The first one was okay, but I just like my music wasn't loud enough, and my speaker was over there, and I couldn't get off the bike because it took me too long to clip in.
Are the classes live, or you could join pre-recorded ones?
Both. So the classes are live, and a lot of people do live classes because it's a community and there's like a leaderboard.
Right, and you can get there faster.
And then those classes, much like our
Toast.
YouTube channel,
yeah, that's what I thought.
They're up forever. So
I thought the
then
same thing.
I did a 30-minute class that was pretty good, and then I was like, I could do a little more, so I wound up doing a 20-minute country ride.
Oh, that's fun.
With an instructor named Allie Love, and I really liked it. So
Allie loved it?
Allie loved it. So I think I'm getting better. I'm gonna get more comfortable, but my back afterwards broken. And
Welcome
it's
to
like,
my life.
Yeah, a couple of broke back queens.
No, you don't even understand. I got a prescription for muscle relaxers. Everyone was like, it'll change.
You did?
Yeah.
From a toaster?
No, from a real doctor.
Oh, because you like put out the ass.
Yeah,
yesterday.
no, nobody helped. But so I went the main way and I got muscle relaxers and I took it. She was like, you just take it before bed. I told her I have like a real sensitivity to drugs. And she's like, it'll make you fall right asleep. I called Olivia, who's taken muscle relaxers before. She's like, yeah, you'll just pass right out. Don't be nervous, because I'm very nervous about taking drugs. So 8:30 on the dot, I get in bed. Take my little muscle relaxer. Literally did not go to bed till 12:30. Nothing happened. Olivia's like, you're going to wake up like kind of fuzzy, like you're never going to sleep like that in your life. Literally slept terrible and didn't feel a thing, and didn't go to bed till 12:30.
Maybe that's because it was really working on your muscles. Like sometimes when you take a pill that you
sorry,
don't
and my
need-
back hurt more than ever.
Oh, okay.
Literally woke up and sat down to pee and started hysterically crying, and Ben had to come pick me up off the toilet.
Damn.
Yeah, we're really getting into like the weeds of our marriage.
Oh, for sure.
It's whittling down to like, you need to wipe my ass soon.
Oh, for sure.
But I would do it for Ben. Ben, like whenever, like if I'm sick and I have to like, Ben like literally needs to give me a shower, he's like, oh my God. Whereas like if you were sick, I would literally like blow medicine up your ass, okay? Fuck off.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Well, we have a great show for you guys today. If you didn't catch our Deborah Birx interview, go check it out.
But after this episode. And if you're a podcast listener, the audio from the interview will be clipped at the end of the show. But I think watching it on the cinema is really the best experience.
It's usually like I try and, shy people away from the live stream. I'm not always like, oh, maybe, I don't know, we had some tech problems. But this is as premium as it fucking gets, you guys.
I don't know. Today is also pretty premium. Like,
yeah, well, the sun is out.
The sun is out.
You're like, literally looking like
so
you propped out of heaven, and I'm looking like Satan in all black. But I feel as though that's reflective of our dynamic.
Oh, for sure. But also this set has inspired me to be more pleeny, because it just like, it's decor. Yeah. My outfit is decor for the show.
Yeah. When you have a broken back, you can only put on so many pieces of clothing, and leggings and a sweater is as good as it's going to get.
You would be surprised at how comfortable these trousers are.
Listen, you and your culottes.
You got to size up in a pair of trousers. Sweats. They're sweats.
Okay. Or you could also just wear sweats.
You could. If you're just trying to switch it up on a beautiful day in New York that we don't get to experience.
Yeah, no, this is the type of day where I'm like, damn, I wish I was drinking a glass of Sanchere al fresco.
Sanchere al fresco. But you guys...
But alas, I'm not. I'm eating a fucking fruit by the foot in my bed for the 3rd day in a row.
But the more that we self-quarantine, the sooner we will be drinking Sanchere al fresco.
And that's what Deborah Birx really drove home for me.
Oh, she definitely loves a Sanchere al fresco.
Did you see what our husbands were doing last night?
I didn't because I was locked away in my room with my back and a heating pad, but I heard something to the effect that they were playing a game over the phone.
So me and Ben and our group of friends had a scheduled Scattergories game over Zoom at 8:30. And it's hard to play a game over Zoom, but Scattergories is maybe like the only game you could play. And it was so fun. And Ben didn't play because he had another conference scheduled via Zoom of a virtual game of Monopoly. And they literally created this like Google Doc Monopoly board.
I heard.
They said they're going to patent it and try and sell it. Like it was kind of genius. They were playing over a Zoom conference call, but on the board on Google Docs.
On a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet that they were all on. It was color coded and Ben was rolling the dice. Like, and there was a Google Doc for the dice. Like, it was this whole thing. He was playing for 4 hours. Literally, it was crazy. Ben didn't get into bed until 1.
I'm so glad that it worked out.
They have this Monopoly League that they started during the quarantine before like people were really taking it seriously, like 3 weeks ago. And now they haven't played in like over a week and they've been dying to play. So now they decided to play virtually.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. Know that I am.
I'm also happy for the toasters who are about to get hit with something fabulous.
Oh, I think I'm happy for them too. We actually have some great stories, as per usual.
Oh, we didn't choose a toast movie of the week.
Oh, we didn't, but let's do that at the end.
Okay.
And I have so many thoughts on the one from yesterday.
Loved it.
I really loved it.
Loved it.
It was the perfect sort of movie.
Loved it.
It was really enjoyable, but we'll recap. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to assume based on, it's time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. And if you're anything like me, your morning toast is burnt.
Crunch. And that's true, Jackie, but we have nothing but time, so I don't really want to speak on step on your toes, speak on your behalf, but I feel as though I have a duty. And it's brown. It's brown. I have a duty to tell the toasters the truth. I have nothing to hide. I'm a transparent woman. I'm a woman of many words, and one of them has to be that today's episode is brought to you by Yamaha. They've been focused on audio for over 130 years. And when it comes to working from home, nobody's better than Yamaha. Relying on laptop audio can lead to a poor audio experience. It can result in misunderstandings, frustration, and even stress or fatigue. To keep your teams functioning at a normal level while working from home during this quarantine, we are here to let you know about one of their portable speakerphones that should be a no-brainer in your work from home kit. It's a discreet and compact device that lets you throw it in a bag, take it anywhere, but it's also packed with technology to make you sound great on conference calls, block out any unnecessary background noise. It even has an easy mute button if your dog is barking, your husband's bothering you, or sirens are going off. You can connect the software to any software like Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams. You can listen to music between meetings or even the morning toast between calls. Give yourself and your team the right tools to collaborate and keep your business on track during this quarantine. And because Yamaha's teams are full of toasters, we have an iconic promo code for you. If you want to grab 10% off all their work from home devices, go to uc.yamaha.com/toast for more information. Again, that's letter U, letter C, .yamaha, YAMAAH.com/toast for more information. Thank you, Yamaha, for being today's sponsor.
Yes. Oh my God. I love Yamaha. It's really like helping our work from home situation.
And they make a mean keyboard too.
Oh, and they make a mean keyboard. And I just found our toast movie of the day.
Okay.
Are you ready for our first story in some happy news?
Yes.
Maren Morris gives birth.
Oh, yes.
Welcomes baby boy with her husband, Ryan Hurd.
I know it feels like she's been pregnant forever, but I feel like the birth happened really quickly because was it yesterday she posted a video on her story, like of her belly literally popping out, and she said, eviction notice, get out.
Oh, that's funny.
So it felt like so long, but then it just happened. I guess that's how pregnancy works.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Her son's name is Hayes Andrew Hurd. That's beautiful.
Love the name Hayes. Hayes?
Yeah, as like Hunter Hayes,
yeah.
Walker Hayes.
I actually believe he was
inspired by the Hayes bros.
Oh, Hayes Hurd. They're obviously gearing him up to be a country artist.
Oh my God. I mean, he has to be. No pressure or anything. Hayes.
I love this. I love Maren Morris. I love Ryan Hurd. They're the cutest couple. I love that she got pregnant at the absolute peak of her career. Well, who knows if it's the peak, but it's a peak. And I just love that she gave birth healthy and happy during the quarantine. I'm always so shocked when I'm realizing that other things are happening. Oh, you know what?
And hospitals are being used for other things other than treating sick patients.
And this is like a controversial topic I wanted to take your pulse on because I saw a petition going around that there has been a law passed. I'm not sure if it's just New York or worldwide, that in hospitals, if you're giving birth during the quarantine, you have to be completely alone in the room with the doctors and nurses, not your husband, not your family. And people are really upset about it. And there's a petition going around. It has almost 1 million signatures of pregnant moms or just anyone who's upset about this new ruling. Mm-hmm. And I'm all for power of the mom, but I just feel like that's being put in place to ensure everyone's health. So obviously it stinks for sure, but I don't think it's wrong. What do you think?
I don't know enough about.
I'm gonna find.
I saw the petition, and I don't know the law, but I think giving birth is very traumatic and extreme, and doing it alone is
so scary.
I think you should be able to bring one person with you.
It's New York. The Department of Health issued clear guidelines on treating patients in labor during the COVID crisis. These guidelines determined a support person, whether a spouse, partner, or other chosen person, is essential to care for the patient during labor, delivery, and the postpartum period. But as of March 24th, they will all act against the guidance and ban all support people, including spouses, from labor and delivery and postpartum units. Well, postpartum, like, come on.
I vote just one person who has to be like below a certain age. And maybe they have to get even tests. Actually, the tests take a few days to come back.
And they're so hard to get.
Yeah, but they have to be suited and booted, but you can have one person like below the age of 40.
Yeah, then I guess that person is also possibly infecting, if they are, doctors and nurses.
That's true. I just realized that coronavirus is so ageist.
It's much like Shark Tank.
Oh my God, like... No wonder I just had like this visceral reaction to it
You're so right. You've always been on the pulse of ageism and like how it affects society.
Yeah, and I'm always just like standing with the elderly.
Always.
And like the boomers.
Well, you're like sitting with the elderly, but
yes, we are sitting comfortably or we're standing leaning against something.
Yeah, it's so true. Just this maternity thing. I was wondering like what people thought about it, because obviously it sucks, but I feel like it's
for the greater good.
Right. So I was just even Olivia posted about it because she's obviously pregnant and has more of a stake than I do. But and I'm not pregnant, so I can't really speak on it. But I just felt like it totally sucks. But if the hospitals are saying it, like the doctors are saying it, it must be the right thing to do. It just sucks.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah, but it's just New York, according to the petition I just read.
Interesting. That is sad, but it's crazy times. Like a lot of things are sad right now.
Yeah, it's just so crazy that like people, like, it's just so weird to me that life is going on outside of coronavirus, because for me, I'm obviously not pregnant. To me, my whole life is coronavirus. So it's just weird that people are like living their lives in other ways. Like people are becoming moms, like Maren Morris.
Right. Or becoming pregnant. I think a lot of people are going to become pregnant.
Yeah, well, what else is there to do, ladies?
Yeah, but then
gentlemen?
If you become pregnant, like you can't really go to the doctor right now.
Oh, that's true. How do you get an ultrasound?
But you don't need an ultrasound until like a few weeks down the line.
And hopefully,
for Hashem, everything's
will be cleared.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
But Dr. Birx said you never know.
This next story is a twofer that I'm looking forward to hearing your opinion on, because I think you're going to have strong opinions.
I mean, what else is new?
First up, Haim is postponing their new album due to coronavirus concerns.
Lame.
However, on the other hand, Dua Lipa is pushing up her album release due to coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I've said it a few weeks ago, artists who are pushing back the release of their albums when the albums are like already ready is so shady to me, because the only reason they would be doing it is because they want to like have a moment, have press, like they think it might affect album sales. And of course business is business, but these people are millionaires, and like I just think you look so vapid if you're doing it, if you don't have any other reason.
Yeah, because there's no, like, there are certain things like movies need to be postponed because literally
people can't go to the movies.
People can't go see them.
But it's not like we're buying CDs at the store anymore.
So there's no reason to push back an album. And by the way, music and new music is something that people could really use right now, except for like monetary reasons.
Yeah, I'm curious if people who have released music, like I know Kelsey Ballerini released her album and people are releasing new songs. I'm curious if there's been a spike in streams or people are not listening to music. I have to imagine that they are.
Yeah, well, Dua Lipa actually is pushing her album up because it leaked online.
Oh.
Okay, so that makes sense. But I think people should push their albums up. Like, we need music right now.
Totally. Like, literally, if my fucking comedy special could come out tomorrow, I would do it.
Yeah, and I feel like certain artists, like, there's a specific vibe of music I want to listen to during coronavirus, like Casey Musgraves, like something low-key, mellow. But if you're, like, pushing out, like, summer jams...
Yeah, I understand.
I think like Dua Lipa probably is.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to bop around to those in my house.
No, but Dua Lipa like could put out a fart on a plate and everyone would love it. Like anything she sings, like it's just going to be a hit.
But it's also just so good. It's not even because she sings it. Like her new stuff has been so good.
She hasn't put out a bad song like ever.
I feel like there could be one or two.
Yeah.
No, actually, really not.
No, they
might have just been overplayed, but like they were always good songs.
Yeah, no, like now, like don't pick up the phone. I know you use it.
Sick song.
You know, it's obviously overplayed and annoying, but it's literally one of the best songs of our generation. So I think Dua Lipa is fabulous. I'm sorry that her album got leaked. That absolutely sucks. I really started to sympathize for artists whose work gets leaked when I watch a Lady Gaga documentary. Like she put her entire life into Joanne, and then literally some like fucking CD store in Denmark leaked it online because they had gotten it to put on the shelves like a week before. So it's really sad when that happens. Like you put so much effort into it. But back to Haim, I just want to really emphasize how lame I think this is. Like you're so shady, you're so shysty, in the words of Amber from Love Is Blind, and I don't like it. Like it's so obvious, it's so transparent. Like your motives are not pure.
Yeah.
Did they give a reason? Just they said because of coronavirus?
Due to everything that's going on with COVID-19 and the changing nature of travel policies and quarantines across the world, we decided it was best to postpone the release of Women in Music Part 3 to later this summer. We can't wait to reschedule everything we had in mind for you all, and we can't wait to see all of you on the road when it's 100% safe to do so. So basically they had a whole like
press,
travel, tour, shows in different cities, global, a whole thing planned, and they can't do that, so they want to wait until they can.
Now, this is not to say if I had an album coming out that I wouldn't postpone it, because, you know, I'm a big hypocrite. But to me, I just have a lot of respect for the artists who are still just, like Kelsey Ballet when he released, and she's doing the press that she can. She released a makeup tutorial on her IGTV because that's all we can do right now. Like, I have respect for artists who are just giving the people what they wanted. Like, fans wait a long time for new music, and I mean, I'm not personally a Haim fan, but if I was, I can imagine I would be very disappointed. So it sucks, to be honest.
They've already released a few singles, and they said they're going to be releasing more singles. But now I'm just reading this blurb that's very interesting. The band recently performed a 5-date Delhi tour. Did you hear about this? No. Across America in honor of their first ever show in 2000, which took place at Cantor's Deli in LA. Their first stop on the tour was Sarge's Deli in New York on March 10th, where they covered Britney Spears' I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
Excuse me?
Everything about this story is so us, yet I didn't hear one morsel of it.
I mean, Haim is so weird because, like, I should be their number one fan. They're 3 sisters. They're 3 Jewish sisters. They were supposed to be called the Bagel Bitches. They love Taylor Swift. Like, I should love them. I literally...
And they have this down the wire. That song is so good.
Yeah, no, by the way, they have a few bangers.
You know it. And I'm gonna down to the wire. You know, we are Haim, by the way.
Yeah, of course, we're the Bagel Bitches. I just like can't get into them. They're so like weird and alternative. We saw them at 1989 concert. They opened for Taylor Swift, and they were actually fabulous. They're really true musicians. They're not a singing group. They're a band. Like they play the drums, they play the guitar. They're so fabulous. They're like rocker chicks. I just like have never gotten into them when I feel like I should be a big fan of theirs. They're a little too like, you know, grungy Brooklyn for me.
Yeah, I agree. Like I totally agree, but I love that song.
All right, I just need to find out what song you're playing.
It's called The Wire. Remember, it was huge, even though
yes,
it was
no,
like
by the way, I know exactly
so
what you're talking about.
Haimy. It was so Haimish.
Haim. And like for a while, I thought it was Haim.
Yeah.
The Wire. Yeah, wait.
Are you going to listen to it? Okay, we won't be able to monetize today's episode, but... Okay. Anyways, cool. I'm sorry for the Haim fans. You're going to have to wait. I'm excited for the Dua Lipa fans because this is sickening.
Yeah, myself included. I really
Except it has nothing to do with coronavirus. It's just a leak. No. And now I'm pitting women against each other.
Oh my God, you're always fucking doing that.
I thought I had like an interesting idea for a story where I took 2 stories and like compared and contrasted.
Oh, I thought they were in the same article.
And instead I'm pitting women against each other.
Well, I think Dua Lipa is
so sorry.
Gonna go down in 10 years as like one of the biggest.
As Lady Gaga Part 2.
Yeah, I always liked her music, but I had a newfound respect for her when I saw her perform at the Prime Day concert. She like was a part of like a set with Taylor Swift, and she is just a stellar singer, dancer, performer. She has this vibe, like this ambiance on stage, a real presence. She connects with the audience. She's gonna be, I mean, she's huge right now, but she's gonna be like an icon for a long time.
Yeah.
I said it. You heard it here first.
Retweet. Yeah, no, I think she's like already an icon, but...
Yeah, but you can't be an icon if you've only been around for so long, you know? Like, there's so many people... Remember when Meghan Trainor, people were saying she could be an icon?
Lady Gaga released... Oh my God, the funniest part of Big Time Adolescence was when the girl said to Machine Gun Kelly, can you play Meghan Trainor? I was literally laughing out loud. But like when Lady Gaga released Fame Monster, we're like, oh, she's it. She's going to be a big star icon. And then she went on to be those things. And I think Dua Lipa is already in that place of she's those things.
Yeah, but some people... release albums that make you think they're going to be everything of the sort, and then they in turn end up being nothing of the sort.
Like who?
Meghan Trainor. Like literally all about that bass.
Like,
people were like, literally, my future husband. People
respect the hell out of Meghan Trainor. And by the way, she's still putting out music. The song she just put out with Nicki Minaj is
really good.
So good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying people thought she was going to be on the same track, but she's not.
No, but like she is. She was a judge on The Four.
No, she's still really. She's not a nobody, but she's not an icon. Like she's not. No, when I think of pop stars, I would have to name probably 300 pop stars.
To you, yeah. But it's like Jerry Seinfeld says. It's like music is more personal than food.
Oh my God. What? He said that?
He always says comedy is more personal than food.
I would agree.
And it literally took me on the 100th time of him saying it for me to understand what he meant.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know,
there's so many comedians.
Like something might taste good to me that doesn't taste good to you.
Yes, of course.
And that's something might be funny to me that's not funny to you.
I scroll Netflix and I'm like, these people get specials.
A Meghan Trainor song might be good to me and it's not good to you.
Yes, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not, Jackie, I'm not saying the music's not good. I actually agree that it is good, but you can't sit here and look at me and say she's as big of an icon as Dua Lipa. Like, I'm talking about people don't like drop her albums and like drop their pennies. Ticket sales, like she's very respected. Yeah, she's a judge on the Force. She's a very respected songwriter. She's not a nobody, but I'm saying like when her music first came out, we were like, oh my God, these songs, everything, it was banger after banger. And then she just kind of faded away. Now she's still doing stuff, but she's not everything of the sort.
No, she's not everything of the sort, but she's something of the sort.
Yeah.
And
she's not irrelevant.
I don't like stan her, but I'm speaking up for the stans because like she actually made a space for herself in the industry.
You just made my point. Yes, she made a space for herself. Yes, I agree.
I just can't believe she was a judge on the 4. Like,
yeah, there was a lot of weirdness on the 4.
Yeah, like Charlie Walk.
Yeah. And that whole show was weird. I actually been watching The Voice a little bit.
Mm-hmm. This is The Voice.
I literally didn't know what song you were singing until you said
that
Voice.
That show?
This is The Voice. Yeah, Nick Jonas.
It's funny that they have like all the musical talent in the world. And that's the best thing they could come up with.
Nick Jonas is the new...
I like The Voice because it's like this.
Yeah. Nick Jonas is the new judge and people are loving him. I think he's doing actually a really good job, but Kelly is so good. I've never watched a Kelly Clarkson season. She is like made for this show. Love to see it.
Love to see it.
And John Legend is good too. And like Blake Shelton, I'm kind of over him. He does this annoying thing where like he'll like someone, but he won't turn around till the very last minute because he wants to be the only one. It's so lame. Mm-hmm. Like just turn around, give the person respect. Yeah. Put some respect on his name.
No, but respect is earned.
Yeah.
Okay, next story. Are you guys ready for it? To get into it? Because Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian, since yesterday, have both spoken on the video situation. We're going to read their statements, then we're going to duke it out. Even though I think we'll probably end up in the same place.
No, I think after all this, I'm probably even more staunchly on Taylor's side.
Okay, cool. Taylor Swift posted on Instagram, instead of answering those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that leaked, proving that I was telling the truth the whole time about that call, you know, the one that was illegally recorded and somebody edited and manipulated in order to frame me and put me, my family, and my fans through 4 years of hell, swipe up to see what really matters. And then she posted a link to the World Health Organization and how we can give back during this time of crises. And so that was that, and that was classic Taylor. You know, she's going to use the moment to not only reiterate what she has to say in her side of the story, but then also
for the greater good.
But then also, you know, make it about something philanthropic, even though it is very much not that. Okay, and then Kim Kardashian tweeted last night also
on her Instagram stories, but the same exact thing.
Yes, many a tweet, even tagging Taylor.
Yeah, by the way, and on Instagram too.
Mm-hmm. Taylor Swift has chosen to reignite an old exchange that at this point in time feels very self-serving given the suffering millions of real victims are facing right now.
Okay, can I just say what's wrong with that statement is that she didn't choose to reignite it, the video was leaked. And a lot of people could argue that the Kardashians leaked it, so therefore you're choosing to ignite it. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I don't think the Kardashians leaked it. I have no idea who
I don't think that they did either.
No, I think the video leaked, whatever, but like Taylor Swift spoke on it. As opposed to, before that, she was just liking Tumblr posts.
So was Kim on Twitter.
Tweet, and that would have been fine, but Taylor spoke on it, and I think Kim's mentions must be flooded with this because the fact that she's even addressing it is so crazy.
But no, it's not that crazy.
I think
it's a big deal. By the way, it's not crazy that she's addressing it. It's a really, really big deal. Plus, Taylor did mention it. So, of course, Kim's going to go back and forth on it. And to be honest, Kim should speak on it because similar to how the video that Kim posted, exposed Taylor, this leaked video really exposed Kim and Kanye. And that has been the sentiment I've been seeing worldwide, whether you agree with it or not.
Oh, I don't agree with it. She said, I didn't feel the need to comment a few days ago, and I'm actually really embarrassed and mortified to be doing it right now.
But, okay, I just have to strip down Kim's response because I hate when people say that. I know nobody cares, but if nobody actually cared, then why are you responding?
Because
if you're mortified, why are you responding?
Because everyone thinks that she's been exposed. So
yeah, but by the way, people comfort Kim all the time. She doesn't respond to every little thing. So she could have ignored this if she wanted to. But if you're going to speak on it, speak on it. If you're not going to speak on it, don't say you're mortified, but then still speak on it.
This is one of the biggest beefs, rivalries
of all time.
When it's bullshit between her and some low-level celebrity, yeah, she ignores it because she's not going to give that person more press. But this is A-list level beef, and she's going to speak on it.
But if you're going to speak on it, especially in 8 tweets, just don't be I hate to even speak on this, But you are speaking on it, so just own it. You know?
Sometimes I hate to speak on something, but it needs to be said.
Just own it.
She said, but because she continues to speak on it, I feel I'm left without a choice but to respond because she's actually lying. To be clear, the only issue I ever had around the situation was that Taylor lied through her publicist, who stated that, quote, Kanye never called to ask for permission. They clearly spoke, so I let you all see that. Nobody ever denied the word bitch was used without her permission. We can all agree there. At the time when they spoke, the song had not been fully written yet, but as everyone can see in the video, she manipulated the truth of their actual conversation in her statement when her team said she, quote, declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. The lie was never about the word bitch. It was always whether there was a call or not and the tone of the conversation. Did Kim watch the toast yesterday? Because this is literally what I had said, that she was acting like a girl who hadn't been called.
Okay, so Taylor didn't respond to this, but Taylor's publicist did, because Kim misquoted Taylor's statement from the publicist.
What was the statement?
So by the way, and this is the most important part of the story, and I think we touched on this yesterday, is like, what actually did Taylor do or say before the phone call was released to make everyone think like she was playing the victim? Mm-hmm. And the only statement that ever came out of Taylor's camp was to Entertainment Weekly, I think, and it said, Kanye West did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, I made that bitch famous.
Wait, but that's a lie. He called for both things. He called for her to post it on Twitter, and he called to run the line by her.
The Twitter thing is true, but she didn't decline.
She didn't decline him using a line?
Yeah.
So she acted like a girl who hadn't been called.
No. But this statement proves that she acknowledged that there was a call.
She acted like a girl who hadn't been called about using this line.
She acted like a girl.
Or hadn't been called about being used in a song. She said that she was just asked to tweet about a song. It could have been any song.
No, right. But this statement never said that there wasn't a phone call. So this was before the phone call was ever actually released. Taylor acknowledged that there was a call.
Yes, but that he didn't get her approval on a line about her.
Yeah, but something we said yesterday that I really realized in my sleep that I was incorrect about is that we said the only thing that really wasn't adding up was that Taylor came on the Grammy stage and said there would be people who try to
take credit for your fame.
But the line, I made that bitch famous, was the line she didn't know about.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, in fact, I think her Grammys speech was justified in the sense that if she had known that maybe her issue was that he called her a bitch, but also that he took credit for her fame, probably more so.
For sure.
Yeah, okay. So now the only thing that we need explanation is that this statement says that she declined when both versions of the video
show that she approved both lines of she owes me sex or we might still have sex.
Yeah, but not the bitch one.
No, because that line hadn't been written yet.
Yeah.
Kim also said, I never edited the footage. Another lie, I only posted a few clips on Snapchat to make my point, and the full video that recently leaked doesn't change the narrative. I agree, you missed the before and after, but what she posted, she didn't chop.
I have two problems with that. One, she said I didn't edit, I just cut it up, which is literally the definition of editing. She edited it, by the way.
Wait, how so?
The definition of editing is to take things out, cut and paste.
Didn't cut. She just clipped.
She gave us a minute of 30 minutes.
Okay, but that's not an edit. Context. That's just a clip.
No, but it's literally the definition of editing.
No, but editing would be like cutting and pasting when she just clipped the pertinent information for us.
No, the definition of editing is...
She didn't edit the footage.
Yeah,
she
preparing for publication by correcting, condensing, or otherwise modifying it. She edited it.
She didn't modify it.
She condensed it. That's
but
editing.
Not without taking... But she didn't take anything out.
But she took out really important context.
Oh, I disagree, but okay.
And by the way, and she said it doesn't change anything. The narrative is still the same. I totally disagree. I think the narrative is totally changed now. You get a real sense of what the conversation was. And to be honest, the conversation we saw in the Snapchat and the conversation we saw in the 30-minute phone call were just so different. Towards the end, it literally seemed like she had been coerced for 30 minutes into the thing. And then we get what she said at the 30th minute. Not literally all it took together there, the hesitations and the visible uncomfortability.
Yeah,
I think totally different.
I think that's just the nature of Snapchat. She wasn't posting 30 minutes to her Snapchat story.
No, of course not. But she edited. It's edited.
It's not edited.
It's condensed.
She said to add, Kanye as an artist has every right to document his musical journey and process, just like she recently did through her documentary.
I agree with that. I don't think they shadily
filmed her.
No, I think they filmed his whole life.
I agree. Kanye has documented the making of all of his albums for his personal archive, however, has never released any of it for public consumption, and the call between the two of them would have remained private or would have gone in the trash had she not lied and forced me to defend him. This will be the last time I speak on this because honestly, nobody cares, and like the Toasters and the Steamy Swifties cannot handle this anymore.
No, I just can't. Like, I literally wake up with a pit every day, like knowing I'm gonna have to go on here and defend my queen Taylor when Kim is also my queen, and I love them both, and I can't stress that enough. And I know that we're never gonna get like a reunion between them two. I just need everyone to stop talking about this because, to be honest, they're both super shisty, and I think they both used the situation for what they wanted it to. Nobody's right, but I think Taylor was painted out to be the villain, and everyone was just so excited to like jump on Taylor.
That's
like,
the thing. It's like I feel like sometimes people are exposed or something isn't great, but like the degree to which, and maybe it was also because she totally like if she 1 month later had come out and like was just back to business. I feel like celebrities do this all the time and make us forget whatever was going on with them before. But the fact that she took a whole year off, it's all we could talk about for a year.
I totally agree.
And she looked so guilty.
I think that like her cancellation was worse than others, and that's just because, first of all, there's varying degrees of cancellations. I mean, we know firsthand, like our cancellation was the biggest cancellation in the world, and now people come around to the same thing and nobody gives a shit. They say the same thing. It's just, it's how cancel culture works. There's an algorithm and you don't know how it's gonna work out. But I agree, I don't think she helped her case by disappearing because obviously it's how she felt, but the world really moved on like a month later. Nobody really cared, a week later. But her disappearance obviously made it more of a question mark. But at the same time, like she was just not ready because she was not ready to move on because people were turning on her, even her own fans. Like I remember literally, and even myself, I had questions. So I think that it was made into a bigger deal. And like now it's like the same thing. Like people really feel like this new video has exposed Kim and Kanye, and there's nothing happening to Kim and Kanye. They're not taking a year off. Like it's just, it's so different and it sucks.
Right, but if Kim and Kanye, after like this video was posted, went silent for a year, then we would be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. But now it's just now we're just having a conversation about it.
Right, but Kim and Kanye are like, controversy experts. Like Kris Jenner has a machine, like they know exactly how to navigate
Taylor Swift
these
is
things.
a machine also.
No, but see, that was the whole point.
She didn't know how to navigate the hate.
That was the whole point of, and everyone like secretly for one reason or another, whether they could define why or not they hated her, they had some sort of hate for her, and this video gave them a reason to. So like everyone who's ever had like a weird feeling about Taylor Swift just like jumped on it.
Yeah, because it was
and
always
Kim gets
like,
that every day.
She's always like, she's so calculated, blah, blah. Yeah, but Kim lives her life, like she started out as like, you know,
a sex tape.
And so she's always been fighting back. But for Taylor, this was the first time that like
America's sweetheart.
Yeah, where she just had to take the heat.
Yeah. So there are varying levels of cancellation, and I think it's really interesting that Taylor's was the biggest one. I think partly because of the way she handled it. Like that was how she decided to take a year off, and that's totally fine, but it obviously makes it into a bigger deal. And then the whole album that came back was really all about that and her reputation, which is, you know, her artistic expression, and we totally are here for it and respect it, but it makes it into a bigger deal.
Yeah, and the album like was all about, it's all you could think about.
Yeah.
So interesting, very interesting.
This whole situation has just got me feeling really anxious, and I really hate it, and I just want to get under my hush blanket and calm down.
I've been using my hush blanket every single day, and I'm going to go right here to the hush blanket because I just hate that the Steamy Swifties hate me so much.
They do. And honestly, I understand.
But we can agree to disagree, and I think at the end of the day, we all agree that Kim was talking about one thing and Taylor was talking about another
Jackie,
thing.
we totally agree to disagree. I think if I can speak quickly before this ad, on behalf of the Steamy Swifties, I think the frustration lies in like a lot of times you play into like the stereotypes of Taylor that are so untrue that really get to her the most. Like you see in her documentary, like she's like, people have been calling me calculated my whole life when I'm just running a business, and like if a man were to do any of these things, they would just be like, he's so great. Where to me, it's like I'm a calculated queen because like I want to put an image out. Like everyone does that. Beyonce does it. Everyone wants to have a certain perception of themselves, especially when they're famous. Even non-famous people do it. So it's like, why when Taylor does it, is it the most calculated, strategic, she has a plan for everything? But when other people do it, they're just being famous and running a business.
I agree.
So I think sometimes you play into that, and it's frustrating. I feel like as a Steamy Swiftie, like that's our plight. Like we're always fighting against that narrative that like Taylor's calculated and everything she does is a move and strategic, when it's just not actually. And so if you watch her documentary, like you'll really understand that. So and I feel, and by the way, sometimes I know that I'm definitely like a blind Taylor Swift fan. Like not everything you're like the person that you stand is right, and you just sometimes have to blindly defend them, and I do that with Kim sometimes, and I do that with Taylor sometimes. I just think in this one, like I have to go with Taylor, but I really see. But I see both sides.
The documentary didn't make me think that she's not calculated. Like maybe it did for you, but to me, it made me see that she is calculated, and I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, Yeah, but I just hate the word calculated because
that she is a forward thinker.
She's
that
thoughtful.
She plans. Yes, exactly, and I respect it. I really do.
And she does it. Everyone in the world does it, but when Taylor Swift does it, it's different. Why? Why? So this whole situation has got my anxiety flare-ups on another level, and my Hush blanket, which is our new sponsor, they're weighted blankets. First of all, I don't even know if we've done a read for them yet, but I am obsessed. Mine is covered in dog hair. Theo doesn't stop using it, and part of the reason why I really like it is because I've seen some ugly weighted blankets. This one is so cute. I got the blue velvet, and I have blue velvet pillows on my bed, and it matches perfectly.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I have the blue velvet also.
I am obsessed. And by the way, of course, it's okay. Weighted blankets are fabulous blankets. They're super cute, but the weighted element, it really can help reduce stress, anxiety, and I really feel like part of the thing that's so magical about a weighted blanket is that they keep you warm. Like I never realized like a normal blanket literally doesn't keep you warm because it just sits on top of you, but the weighted element really keeps it extra warm.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is to put on my weighted blanket and pick up my Kindle, and it's just like anxiety free. I'm in my own world.
Me, it's my Hush blanket and my TikTok. The quality of the blanket is substantially better looking and better quality than any other brand on the market. They make their products with only the best materials, and some of the benefits of using a weighted blanket is you can have a deeper sleep, you can stay asleep longer. It genuinely feels like a hug and is proven to help people who experience anxiety and stress. Plus, Hush Blankets has a give back program where they donate 1 in 10 adult blankets and 1 in 5 kids blankets to charities and shelters in need. It has been a huge part of their brand since day one. They understand that not everyone can afford a Hush blanket, but they absolutely deserve a better sleep program. Plus, they have a 100-night guarantee. You can have 100 nights to test out your blanket. If you don't love it, send it back to them for a full refund, no questions asked. If you feel like it's too light or too heavy, you can exchange sizes. So they have varying levels because a small person would need a smaller one and a bigger person would need a bigger one. Like I didn't even realize like there's like a sizing system, which is genius too.
Ours is technically the throw. So that's why it's like perfect for the edge of your bed.
Oh yeah, okay, fabulous. Well, if anyone wants to get a Hush blanket during these quarantine times, I feel like you might actually really need one. We have an offer. If you use code TOAST for $50 off all weighted blankets at hushblankets.com. The discount code is TOAST. You can get $50 off at hushblankets.com. Thank you, Hush, for sending us blankets and for sponsoring this episode because they're fabulous.
Sign on. Be a little less anxious in a crazy fucking time.
Crazy.
Okay. Next story.
I'm so glad we got that like thing out of here. I can't.
The big elephant.
Tanya,
I mean, it's always going to be the thing that breaks us.
I think it's always going to be the thing that breaks me. Like, I know. And I hate that I have to sit here and like speak ill on Kim and Kanye because I absolutely love them and they're like my heroes. My soul has taken me to the Taylor side. And I know there are so many toasters who feel the exact same way. Like they're stuck in the middle and they just don't know how to feel. And to be honest, before this whole thing, like I never said it, but I kind of was like with Kim. But after the documentary and after this video, like I am just so staunchly on Team Taylor. And I just feel as though I've been letting the Swifties down in the past and I refuse to do it. I refuse.
Well, you know what? That's what's great about this show.
Dynamics.
And we agree on literally everything. So every once in a while, we're going to flare up, y'all. Halsey and Evan Peters appear to have broken up.
Ugh, like who cares? I mean, I literally love Halsey, but she has the absolute worst taste in men. Like I love her so much. I feel like I'm really turning into, I'm not there yet, but I will be a Halsey stan. I think her new music is fabulous. I love her friendship with Taylor Swift. I love her take on all things like music industry. I think she's a really strong, powerful female. But when it comes to her dating life, like I literally think we have opposite tastes in men. Like she likes like bad boys who are like bad, and I want her to have a businessman beau.
Yeah, she will absolutely never. And I think a businessman beau would be wasted on her. So I hope she doesn't have one.
But like G-Eazy was obviously, I'm so glad she never ever had a baby with him. Like he was obviously really bad for her mental health, her physical health. Like I just think she's spoken a lot about how it was definitely an abusive relationship. And then she was with Evan Peters, who's a really dark human being. And I don't know if that's just because he's on American Horror Story or because he actually is dark, but I'll never forget his life-saving work in Sleepover. And to me, he'll always be that kid with the skateboard.
Yeah, we should assign that as Toast Movie of the Day
one
day.
I'm so in. Yancey?
I mean, just
would you rather have a celery or a brownie? So just find guys who would also have brownie over celery. Such an iconic analogy.
People are saying that she's back together with Youngblood.
Yes, they both posted a picture of the same plate of food on their Instagram yesterday, maybe suggesting that they're quarantined together. She was with him. I don't know who Youngblood is, but he's a very fabulous music producer whose name is always attached to fabulous projects.
Yeah,
he's a part of New Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and he's also always doing stuff with 5 Seconds of Summer, I feel.
Yeah, that song is called Youngblood, and I don't think it has anything to do with Youngblood, say you want it. I mean,
Also, we've got Youngblood. I think it's that girl from X Factor, B. Miller.
By the way, she's like really weirdly famous, even though like she made it nowhere on X Factor.
Yeah.
Just really quickly, anytime 5 Seconds of Summer is brought up on the show, I do feel the need to say, if you're not streaming 5 Seconds of Summer, new album, new music, like you are so missing out. They're the most fabulous band in the world. They don't like care about like, you know, pop culture, politics. They are just in it for the music. They're these guys from Australia. I absolutely love them. I was supposed to go to a concert of theirs this summer, and I'm really hoping it doesn't get canceled because like I will actually cry.
Yeah.
I love 5 Seconds of Summer.
Hopefully.
I just want to say 5 Seconds of Summer enough times that like someone on their management team like knows that I'm a stan and like lets me come backstage to a concert, even though I did meet one of them backstage at Stagecoach and I totally ruined it.
I just feel like there's a lot of toasters in a lot of places, but like in a rock band.
I mean, I don't know. There was a toaster at the White House. That's how this all happened.
There was a toaster at the White House.
So I think if there's a toaster at the White House, there could be a toaster who works in the music industry, okay?
Okay, fifth and final story. After a lot of speculation, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics have been postponed to 2021. The Japanese Prime Minister confirms.
Oh my God, wait, this changes everything. So is the next Olympics going to be 2025? Are they going to stay with 4 years?
I think they'll stick with the other years.
Because that would be crazy.
You know, and other cities are already building. And so I think it'll just be pushed back 1 year, which is actually makes a lot of sense. They can still do it in Japan and the same place that they were building.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm really hoping to get my ass to the Olympics. And now I have 1 more year to become like more famous, more successful, so that maybe we have a shooting shot in hell.
I was actually going to try and go to the Olympics. Well, before coronavirus, I was going to try to go to the Olympics this year because it's my dream in life to go to Japan. And then I thought like that would be a perfect time to go. Or maybe the worst time to go because it's like super busy. But I think this is a great decision, and a lot of people were like wondering why it hadn't been postponed or canceled yet. And I think Japan was like holding out hope, which I totally understand and respect because I'm doing the same thing about like a lot of different things in my life, including Camp Toes.
Oh my God, I know. I don't even want to talk about it. But for those who've been asking, like we have no plans right now to postpone or cancel.
We will make a decision on May 1st, I think.
Yeah, we'll see where we're at. Like things change every day so much. Like what if tomorrow there's a cure, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that they're, you know, clinically testing a new drug. So like we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So, and it's not like people are still buying tickets. The tickets are bought, so you'll get a refund if we cancel.
Yeah, and some people have requested refunds, and that's totally okay. So whatever.
Yeah, May 1st. Anyways, see you in 2021.
But by the way, if we do have to move Camp Toes, it'll be moved. It will not be canceled.
We'll see.
There will be a Camp Toes.
It could still be happening. We can only do it in so many months, and we might still be quarantined in July if things are really bad.
I think we could do it latest in September. That's when we did the first one.
I know, and like the weather was
weather was bad, yeah.
So
just pray for us.
Also, now everyone's weddings and stuff are moving to September. I think everyone will, like literally my wedding, all spring weddings are being moved to the fall, and I already bought all my spring wedding dresses. And
that's so annoying.
It's so annoying because they're so springy. I really can't wear them in the fall.
Yeah, but I guess it's more annoying for the bride.
No, but oh yeah, I mean
she has to move her whole wedding.
I know, but like it's coronavirus, like it's bigger than you, and I feel like all these weddings that I have, like now I have one where it's like I have a wedding on Saturday and a wedding on Sunday in 2 different states, and I'm gonna have to go to both because they're both super important.
Oh my God, what states?
New York and Dallas.
Shit.
Yeah. So like every weekend of the fall is going to be weddings.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like reevaluating my life. I guess I was invited to no weddings because I haven't had to move any, get new dresses. And I'm not mad. I've said it once. I think weddings are beautiful, but like please don't invite me unless I'm super important. Like I just hate going to weddings where I don't really like know. I hate going to weddings, period. And if I'm like a bridesmaid or like really know and love the couple, then it's fun and it's like a lot of my friends. But if I'm just like a guest, like someone in Ben's family, I fucking hate going to weddings. Like being all dressed up, like
all
for
of
nothing.
the weddings that I have this year are super important. It's either I'm a bridesmaid or Zach is a groomsman.
Oh, that's fun.
So we'll have to go to every single one, even the ones that are rescheduled.
Yeah, no, I have not one wedding.
You have one.
No.
Sam.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, Sam, thanks. Oh, and Dana.
Yeah, Dana.
Oh, I have 2.
November. You have 2.
Okay, great.
And Kristen.
Oh my God. Those are like family friends though. Like honestly, Dana, Kristen, and Sam are really your friends who are my friends too, but they're your friends first.
But you're invited and you're going to be there.
Okay, fabulous. I'm so excited.
1 second ago, I hate weddings. Please don't invite me.
No, but see, these are people like I've known Sam, Dana, and Kristen forever, especially Kristen. Like, I'm so happy for them. Like, that is the type of wedding I can go to.
It's a simcha.
That's the only type of wedding I want to be at. Mm-hmm. But if it's like someone's cousin or like, oh, this guy, one of Ben's old friends, married some random girl, like, do I really have to go?
No, you don't.
No. I watched James Charles YouTube video when I couldn't sleep on my muscle relaxer last night. He did a tutorial with Charli D'Amelio. He did her makeup while they were just like talking about TikTok, and she's so sweet and so shy. And they literally had a whole conversation about like fans like being so disrespectful. And some of the stories Charlie was saying were crazy. Like, she's only been famous for like 6 months, and literally she was like out to dinner with her friend and her friend's mom, and they were sitting and eating, and this woman came over and she was like, my daughter like loves you so much, like she's at the other table, like would you mind coming? And Charlie was like, yeah, can I finish eating? And then like I'll come over and we'll do a TikTok or whatever. And literally the mom made Charlie cry. She was like, really? This is so disappointing. I'm telling my daughter to unfollow you. Like, literally made Charlie cry in a restaurant. And it was just so interesting to hear how these people like talk about fan interactions. And James Charles did everything in his power to make the entire video about him. Like, literally, Charlie would say, like, this happened to me. He's like, oh my God, yeah, like that happened to me too. Like, at this thing 2 years ago, like he was being so annoying, but he did fabulous makeup on her, like Pliny eye. Did you see it?
They kind of look alike.
No. But they were making fun of his TikTok hands, which reminded me of you.
Oh, that's me. Also, all these TikTokers, like, is Addison quarantining with David Dobrik?
Okay, so they have been together a lot.
Because
and I'm
otherwise,
not sure
why are they hanging out?
They're in drafts. Like, they just filmed them a while ago because she was hanging out with them a lot last week. Or they just live super close to each other and they're quarantining. Oh,
Whoa!
my God. My back. Oh, my God, you guys.
Oh, my God, the table just fell over almost because you
really?
took your
It looks fine.
Oh, watch the replay. It's coming up.
Oh, my God, my back, you guys. It's so hard to sneeze with a broken back. Whew. Okay. We're going to recap the Toast movie of the day. We'll assign the new one and get to anything else that we watched. And that segment is brought to you by Third Love. Third Love does bras differently. They believe that every woman deserves to feel comfortable and confident every day with the right kind of support. They help her do this. Their bras are designed to fit you, not the other way around. They're designed with measurements from millions of women. Their bra styles are made to fit your life. They have over 80 bra sizes, but we know the only one that matters is yours. And the only one that really matters is mine, because until I started using Third Love and before I took their quiz online, I had absolutely no idea what kind of bra size I was supposed to be wearing, and I was wearing the wrong bra for like the last 5 years. Best part of Third Love is that they believe in giving back. They donate their gently used bras to women in need. So basically, you go online to thirdlove.com, you take their Fit Finder quiz where you answer a few simple questions to find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. Over 15 million women have taken the quiz to date. It's super fun. And they ask really intricate questions like, what type of breast shape do you have? I have a breast shape, and I'm wearing a Third Love bra right now. It's the t-shirt bra. I absolutely love it. I have it in white, nude and black. They have the perfect fit promise, so every customer has 60 days to get the bra, wear it, wash it, put it to the test. If you don't love it, you will return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. Their team of expert fit stylists are dedicated to helping you find your perfect fit and your perfect size. Returns and exchanges are free and easy. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/morningtoast now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/morningtoast for 15% off today. Thank you, Third Love, for changing my boobies.
Sign on, get your titties up.
So our movie of the day yesterday was Mad Money, a very underrated film, a comedy starring Diane Keaton, Queen Latifah, and Katie Holmes. And I absolutely loved it. I think anything Diane Keaton does, like she's actually never done a bad movie.
Okay.
Even like this is like a bad movie. It was good.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. It's funny because the way I think of her in my head, she's like, you know, old rich white lady, like blah blah blah. But whenever she's in a movie, low key, she's like so frantic.
Yeah, but
she's like so crazy and like physical and like manic.
She's an amazing actress.
No, she is, but like she just has this like manic energy about her, and it's like I always kind of associate her with Meryl Streep, but like she's not that.
No,
she's like, you know, the
anxious Meryl Streep.
Yeah, but I don't know. She's just like so physical.
The Ted Danson of it all was so weird.
The movie was honestly so good. It was the perfect kind of movie. I guess I don't think I had seen it before.
Me neither.
And even though like the ending was a little lackluster,
yeah,
because like this whole plan that she had, like it was just, did it come to fruition then? Like,
and I just don't believe that like 3 people really could have outsmarted this Federal Reserve.
I don't know. It actually makes a lot of sense. They just throw the money in the trash.
Yeah, I know, but like stealing from the feds is like a federal crime. Like they wouldn't just let that go because there's no proof, you know?
But there's no proof.
It was a genius crime. I thought the weirdest cast was Katie Holmes. I don't know anything about Katie Holmes. Like, to me, she's the weirdest actress, like, who just fell off the face of the earth. And I heard in my DMs, and I went to IMDb to do a little fact checking, that we were talking about her yesterday because she was in 2 of the Batmans, and then she didn't return, and they replaced her with Maggie Gyllenhaal. I had heard that she left to do Mad Money.
No.
And I looked on IMDb, and the timeline was Batman, Mad Money.
There's absolutely no way.
So I just heard that. I don't know if it's true.
There's absolutely no way. Yeah, she's weird to me because I don't know anything about her other than like Tom Cruise, obviously. Mm-hmm. But like her personality in the movie was just like not what I expected from Katie Holmes. I just feel like she would take herself so seriously.
No, I know, but then it made me seem like made me think maybe she's an amazing actress because I've never thought of her in that free spirit kind of way.
No, or maybe she's just a free spirit. Like, I don't know.
Maybe that's what she's actually like.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah's role was giving me a pit because she was the only one with like a true moral compass, and she was the one who had like the most at stake, and they were just really taking advantage of her because she was the one who actually like was. I don't know. Actually, they were all integral to the actual crime, but like she was the actual one. Oh no, actually, Katie Holmes was the actual one, like taking the money. But she just had the most at stake, and yeah, they like got her a deal at the end, and then it ended up being fine. But she was the only one like who was really had a good head on her shoulder. She was like, "This is where you get greedy." Like they should have stopped when they were at that dinner.
Yeah.
And she kept saying that. Like, it's literally the premise of American Greed.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you get what you want.
At that dinner, except it all did work out in the end, so maybe not. But did she have this plan all along? She must have if she was siphoning the money into that restaurant.
I just really wanted Diane Keaton, like, to win. Like, I wanted her to go to the barbecue with that nasty neighbor. Like, I just wanted... What is her neighbor's husband from?
Oh my God, I don't know. Hold on.
He's a classic,
so familiar.
Like, rich man actor.
Yeah, he's from something. Mad
He plays
Money.
like the dad. Is it in It Takes Two?
No.
What's his name? He's
okay.
hot.
Christopher McDonald. Hold on, we're about to get it.
I think he's so cute.
He's from Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah,
but that's not what I'm like. That's not what's like seared into my brain. Okay. Not like all these movies we've never.
Can I say?
Hold on, I'm gonna find what it is.
He's so handsome.
Oh my God, I've never heard of any of these movies. I feel like he's from a TV show.
No, it's probably Happy Gilmore. That did it for me.
Really? That's not it for me.
Yeah, he's like the mean guy who's good at golf. I love that movie, Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's Happy Gilmore. That's just like not what I was expecting. Okay, now I'm at like the Twilight Zone.
When it comes to assigning our next movie, I'm like afraid because we mentioned we wanted to do Sleepover, and I love that movie. I just don't want to watch it and realize how dumb it is. Like,
I know.
It's forever ingrained in my mind as the best movie of all time, and like I'm happy with that.
I totally agree. So the movie that I chose that I haven't seen that like was on my list of things that I maybe wanted to watch is The Laundromat on Netflix.
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't know. I just feel like it's an underrated movie. Here's the description.
I saw the trailer and I didn't hear anything about it, which makes me think it was terrible.
Yeah, Meryl Streep is in it, but it's when a widow gets swindled out of her insurance money, her search for answers leads to two cunning lawyers in Panama who hide cash for the super rich. It's Meryl Streep, Gary Oldman, and Antonio Banderas, directed by Steven Soderbergh.
I was going to suggest Superstar from last week, which we never got to do. So maybe we just leave it up to the toasters. We'll do a vote in our poll, like what kind of vibe. We haven't really decided like what vibe toast movie of the day is trying to emulate.
I feel like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Also, Christopher McDonald is in The House Bunny. I think he's on the board.
Oh, yes! He holds the meeting at the end, like the Greek life meeting.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think that's what I have him in my brain
I
from.
see it.
That's
see it.
So funny.
Okay, so we'll put it to a poll, and whatever the toasters want, we'll do it on our Instagram story. So make sure you're following us at The Morning Toast. We are so close to 200K, and I feel like once we have 200K, like we are a real news empire.
Oh,
We're at 192. So like if everyone watching could just like follow us, maybe make a fake Instagram account, I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, then we'd hit it in no time.
Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast. If you haven't checked out our new episode of The Morning Toast this morning, we had an extra episode with Dr. Deborah Birx, who is a doctor for the White House Task Force Against Coronavirus. She was amazing. We got her via Skype, and it's fabulous. It's available on our YouTube channel, but it is also going to be available at the end of this podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We are also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast, and maybe leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. Stay safe. Thank you to all of our nurses, our doctors, our toasters in the wild who are out here saving lives. We love you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow.